Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Dan from DHTV, and today I'm going to be showing you how to use the Beats Studio Buds with your iPhone or Android device. Let's get started. Alright, so we've got the Beats Studio Buds right here. We've got our iPhone and Android device, and we're going to go through everything you can do with these little earbuds. Now, we're going to start with the beginner's guide to the Beats Studio Buds, and we're going to go through connection, move over to controls, settings, battery, and all the features that you can use with these little earbuds. Now, we're going to start with connecting it with an iPhone, so if you do want to skip ahead to the Android section or any part of this video, there are chapters with timestamps in the description, so you can just click and skip ahead to exactly what you're looking to learn. Again, we're going to start with connecting to an iPhone, and it's extremely simple. You just want to first make sure that Bluetooth is enabled, so opening your control center and ensure Bluetooth is on in blue. Once it's on, all you're going to do is take the Beats Studio Buds and open up that case. Now, you're going to see an icon appear right here. It's going to say Beats Studio Buds and connect. All you have to do at this point is tap connect. Just wait a few seconds, let it do its thing, and there you go, you're connected, and you'll be able to see the Beats Studio Buds percentage as well as the case. And you can see my case is pretty much dead at this point. Now, once your Studio Buds are connected, you want to make sure that the ear tip fits correctly. So just place them in your ear, give it a try, see if they fit well. They're pre-installed with a medium ear tip. You can pull it right off. It's just pretty much a push sort of mechanism here. And inside the box, if you open up the section where all your manuals were, there are some additional earbuds. There's a small as well as the large here. And just basically choose the size that best fits your needs. And again, it's just going to be pretty much a push-on system, no magnets or anything like that. And then you'll have the best fit, especially for the noise canceling ability of these earbuds. So once you have that set up, next thing is charging. How do you charge them? They charge very simply. Unfortunately, they don't charge wirelessly. I wish they did, but they don't. You're going to be limited to using the USB-C cable that came with them, or any USB-C cable you have. Basically plugging it in, plugging the other end to a computer or to any kind of power outlet that has USB power charging. So that'll give you the charge there. And each one of these earbuds will hold about 8 hours of playtime for you, so that way you'll be able to play. And then anytime they die, you just pop them inside the charging case. Should give you 2 additional charges here, so about 24 hours of charge for the earbuds here. Now, once you have that set up, the next thing is the settings and features, and we'll go through those first before we talk about the controls. And you can see I opened up my Bluetooth settings in my iOS device here, and you can see my Studio Buds are right there. Whenever you see them not connected, you can tap on them to connect them. Make sure that they're open or in your ears for them to connect. And that should give you the connected icon here. Again, it will pop up with your battery indicators. And then you want to tap the blue eye. And that's going to bring up all the options and settings you have within these earbuds. So first thing at the top here, we have the name. You can change the name of your earbuds, your Beats Studio Buds. I just put a D in front of it. You can type anything you want. We'll just say 1 just to change it, and then tap done, and then go back, and now you see that's the new name of these Beats Studio Buds. The next option is noise control, and you can see you have noise cancellation, off, and transparency mode. So you can choose right here what you'd prefer to use, and basically noise cancellation is going to block out as much noise as possible in the background, great for planes or wherever you don't want to hear anything going on around you. You've got transparency mode, which is going to use technology to allow you to hear what's going on around you as well as hear what you're listening to. And then you can turn both of these options off just by selecting off. Now, there are controls that you can use to control this. We're going to move to the press and hold, which will allow us to configure these controls the way we like. Now, as for the controls, the way they work is pretty simple. So on the back of these earbuds right here, if you press on the actual button, it's going to allow you to perform various controls. So what you could do here is configure what'll happen when you press the button. So this is how I have mine set up. I have the left earbud to access Siri and the right earbud to access noise control. So if I tap on this, I can actually switch it so that I can change it to noise control as well. And then I get extra options right here. Now I'm gonna leave it on Siri and we're gonna go back and take a look at the right earbud. And you can see if you do choose noise control, you can set it to flick between noise cancellation and transparency mode. And that's going to be done if you press and hold the button on the earbud. Or you can enable the off option as well. So now you're gonna hold it once to flip between one of the options, hold it again to flip to the next one, and hold it again to flip to the next one. It's totally up to you how you set this up. I leave it like this. I don't really use the off option all that much, and that's how I have it set up. Additionally, you have a volume control option. So you can use, press, and hold on either of the left or right studio buds to adjust the volume up and down. So if you want to control your volume with the headphones, that's how you're going to do it. Otherwise, you're limited to using either the control center here and using the little dial, using the buttons on your phone, or just using Siri to ask it to raise or lower the volume. So those are how you can configure your controls. Now, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, you can disconnect your earbuds just by tapping disconnect. It's just gonna disconnect them at the moment. So if you wanna flip back to your phone and just hear what's going on the phone, it'll work that way. And then you also have the forget this device. And if you tap on that, it's gonna bring up forget device. You can tap forget device here. And if you remove this from an iPhone, it's going to remove it from any iCloud device that may have been connected to this, because you can connect these to multiple devices, Android devices and all that. This is going to remove it from any device that's using the same iCloud account. So we tap forget, and now they're no longer available on the list here. Now, as I mentioned earlier, your controls are performed by pressing on the back of the earbud. There's a little button there, and basically it's going to allow you to perform various actions. Now, if you are using your earbuds for phone calls, anytime someone calls, you can give it one press and it'll answer the call. Press it again to hang up. You can also pause and play any kind of media, music, Netflix, or anything like that by pressing it once to play, once to pause. And then if you're listening to music or anything that has a back or skip ahead or anything like that, a double press is going to skip ahead and a triple press is going to bring you back. As I mentioned, you have the hold feature, which we have set up on this phone to hold, which is going to switch between transparency mode and noise cancellation mode. Obviously, if you use the volume setting that we talked about, you're going to press and hold to activate volume. Lastly, you have Siri commands that you can use here, and you can ask Siri pretty much anything you want, from tell me the time, set a timer, anything you would use Siri on your phone for, you can use the same way. You can ask it to skip ahead 30 seconds. You can ask it to skip to the next track, pause, play, anything like that, you can use Siri for as well. Now, for those of you who have an Android device or any other device, this is pretty much how you're going to connect the Beats Studio Buds. So it's very simple as well. You're just going to open up where your Bluetooth settings are. So if you're on a computer, Android, or anywhere, just open that section up. This is Android, so we're just going to open our Bluetooth section. And if it appears in your list already, great. If not, for example, here it's saying pair new device. We're going to pair it here, and we're going to open up the lid. As soon as we open up the lid, it should somewhat find it on these lists. Especially if you have a MacBook, it's going to be very simple. If it doesn't show up on the list as it does here, press and hold. There's a little button in the middle. You're going to hold that button down for about 5 seconds. Just let it be held until you see something appear here that says Beats Studio Buds or something like that. And you can see right now we have Beats Studio Buds 1. That's the name of mine. And we're just going to tap on it here. You'll see it says pairing. Now with Android, you get this option. You may get other on-screen prompts. Just follow what they say. This one says allow access to your contacts and call history. If you check that box, it'll allow it. If you don't want it, just tap pair. That is it. And now you're connected with your Android device or whatever device you are connecting to. Now with Android, you have a little settings option here, and if you tap on it while connected and paired, you can play around with some of these settings. So the HD audio, media audio, phone calls, and you can enable and disable them. You have your disconnect option here. You got your forget option, and then you've got a little button up here which you can change the name as well, just like we did with iPhone. Now, another option that's specific to the Android here is by downloading a free application. It's the Beats application, and when we tap on it and open it up, you can grab it in the Play Store. It'll look like this. We'll tap get started. This will say if you want to send information, you don't have to. And then it's letting us know that location access is needed to access a feature called one-touch pairing. So we'll just say next. It's going to prompt us to allow the location. If you don't want to, you deny it, you won't have access to that feature. And now automatically we have access to the Beats app. This is just a fit guide here, so you can go through the fitting, but it looks exactly like it does with iPhone, or all the features are exactly the same. So you have the ability to change between the noise cancellation, off, and transparency modes. You can rename your device here. Product features, you can explore them if you want, and then you have the ability to press and hold here. So when you tap on that, it gives you the controls. Now again, you can set the volume, you can set what the left and right buttons do on the actual headphone, and it's the same way as I showed you with iOS. So if you want to grab this application, again, it's free. It's just called the Beats app. That's all I did was type Beats in the Google Play Store and it appeared, and it gives you access to all of this. Now with Android, the controls are exactly the same as they were with iPhone. So if you already watched that part, you can skip ahead. But basically what you have is a little button here on the one side of both of the earbuds, and all you're going to do is press on it to activate various actions. Now, anytime you're placing a call or you want to end a call, all you have to do is press it once to answer, press it once to hang up. If you're listening to music or movie or any type of media, you're going to press it once to pause, press it again to play. If you're listening to music and you want to skip ahead a track, you're going to double press on the button. If you want to go to the previous track, you're going to triple press the button. And then you have your noise control options again, which depending on how you configured them in your settings is just going to be a press and hold to navigate between the noise cancellation and transparency mode. Unless you did set up that volume control, then pressing and holding will control your volume on the two headsets. Now, a quick tip here with the Beats and other devices that work with iPhone is the battery widget here. And you can see that I have the battery widget already. You can see that it shows me the battery percentage of my case. One of my buds here, I can open the case at any time. It'll pop up here and show me the battery percentage of everything here. But aside from that, I can always check right here to see what's going on with the battery life. Now, the way you add this is pretty simple. All you're going to do is just press and hold or tap and hold anywhere on your screen. And then you're just going to press the plus on the top left and it'll open up a whole bunch of widgets. Might look a little bit different here, but you want to look and search scrolling up and down to find the batteries widget. When you tap on that, it's going to give you some options here to add that type of widget. So you can have the small one, which will give you 4 little options here that shows you the battery life of 4. You can have the larger one that's more horizontal here, and it's going to take up more of your screen real estate and also tells you the percentage. Or you can get the large one here, and it's going to go through everything and give you more details on all of them as well. So for example, if I add this widget, it's going to pop up on my home screen, and now I can just move it around. If I don't want it on my main page, I can move it around to my next page. You can just, kind of drag it around where you want it. And when you're set, you tap done up top, and now you've got that widget there for your batteries. And that works really well here. If you have Android, you don't have the ability to use that, but if you do, once you have your Beats connected to your Android device, if you open up the Beats here, you'll see what'll appear. A little icon appears at the bottom. You'll see right there. It takes a little bit of time, but it tells you the percentage as well. If you pull down to bring up your Bluetooth or your quick settings here, you do see your headphones appear there with the battery life. If you pull them out and they are connected, you should be able to see both headphones. There you go. So now you can see 100% and 53%. So if they're in your ear, that's how you would see the battery percentages right there. Now, if you ever lose your Beats Studio Buds and you have an iPhone, there is a Find My application on your device. So you want to find that application. You're going to tap to open it. And you'll see a list of devices that are iOS or Mac related here that are connected with your iCloud account. So the Beats are, you can see right here, those are my Beats. I have a whole bunch of devices, but we're just going to tap on the Beats. Now from this page, you can see where they're located, what street, where you were, when they're connected. If they're not connected, you should see the last known location. And if you just pull up, you'll have some additional options here. So if you ever lose them, you can tap play sound. It's going to connect them. If they're not connected already, tap play sound. And now you can hear that sound. Hopefully you'll be able to find them. And then you also have a directions option. I'm not going to show that just to avoid my information, but that'll also give you directions on where they are. Keep in mind, they'll only work the sound and the directions if you have them connected. So if it's not able to connect them and it's too far away, last known location may show you and give you an idea. You can travel to that location, see if they'll connect. If they are inside the case, you'll see here it's not going to be able to connect. So if you do lose them in the case, unfortunately, you're just going to have to look normally and see the last known location and search for it that way. So if you have any questions regarding how to use the Beats Studio Buds, this tutorial hopefully helped you out. If it did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell notification box to be notified when I post new videos. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments below. And as always, if you're looking for more great content on iPhones, Apple devices, or just general tech devices, there's links in the description to full tutorials just like this one, where I go through everything and show you how to use your tech devices. That way you can get the most out of them. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.